beans
Yeah.
and pork inside.
Oh, wow.
And some chicharron inside also.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's gonna be beautiful.
Now, you went to one of the best culinary schools in the U.S.
That's right, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde
Yeah.
Park, New York.
New York.
Yep.
In Hyde Park? Is that
In
what
Hyde
you
Park,
said?
yeah, upstate.
Yeah.
My-
I'm from New York, so
yeah?
you have my seal of approval. on
Yeah,
that.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And my son is just starting culinary school in California.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring him here and introduce him to you
Yeah.
guys. He'll learn a few things. I would like some smoked brisket. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't stop talking about it.
I can't.
I know.
He's like, smoke brisket, smoke brisket.
Yeah.
That's a science. Smoking
Yeah.
brisket is a science.
Yeah.
When it's
And,
right, it is the best.
Yeah. You just need to get it on point, and that's it.
It's all about boiling the water right.
That's correct. Yeah.
Getting
Just
that
boil it,
perfect
let it.
boil. Yeah.
And
So, Chumbo, let me ask you this, because
Yeah.
the United States, huge country, big barbecue history throughout, all the states, but there are big differences. In the sauce, especially. Some is like vinegar based, some is sweet. Where do you stand on your sauce? What is your sauce like?
Actually,
Where do you stand on sauce, Chumbo?
well,
I'm grilling you right now. I'm grilling you.
Oh, very good.
You're roasting me.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've been on Kansas City. I have been on Memphis.
Yeah.
And obviously, I tried both of them sauces. I've never been to.
Texas?
Austin is where
I'm
my
going.
kids are from.
Maybe I'm going to Austin next year.
Ah.
Yeah.
I have
to
an
the
Austin
Carolinas
story.
also. But from what I've seen from Kansas and Memphis, I tried them, and I said, well, I'm not gonna make like a mix between both of them. But when I started making my barbecue sauce, I just started adding a few ingredients, maybe a pepper, paprika, garlic, and just started tasting it, and just met the point when it says, this is the flavor I want. My sauce has no reference maybe to like Kansas City or Memphis or
Right.
whatever other state. I just want to name it the sauce I made from the laboratory. And that's it. From the drawing board, and that's the sauce. And that one is called spicy melaza. I hope you guys are going to try
It'll
it.
be for sale tomorrow, right? You're going to
that's
sell
right.
bottles of
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
have it for
tomorrow.
sale.
Yeah, I got some
Ooh.
bottles.
Uh-huh.
And from
But from the name, spicy, it
Yeah.
has a little kick then.
yeah, the kick, the peppery
Yeah.
kick,
Yeah.
and
Your favorite.
Right.
yeah, the molasses flavor also has.
Yeah,
in it.
sweet and spicy.
Yeah, sweet and
that's
spicy.
nice.
Sweet and spicy
Yeah.
is the best. Oh.
Yeah.
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 And I don't like mixing a store-bought barbecue sauce and then
Right.
adding more flavors. I'm not that kind of guy.
No.
Yeah, everything I do, I wanna cook it from scratch.
Yeah.
Because you make it more personal.
Right.
Stay close.
Yeah, you make it more personal, and that's the way also you can tell a story about your products.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from that sauce also came another barbecue sauce with a make it Jamaican. Because
Whoa.
one of my relatives, old relatives, came from Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Queens,
and
but
yeah,
still.
in Jamaica Street, and I think that part of that culture runs in my blood, in my veins.
Yeah.
And I mean, in Chumbo Williams back home, I mean, in Panama, in the restaurant, making barbecue, but I also do some Caribbean food. And
Right.
I mix it in with the barbecue thing, doing some jerk chicken,
Ooh, love to try
and
that.
some seafood also.
Well,
smoked
talking
fish.
about your history, why don't we find out the Chumbo Williams story? Like,
Yeah.
where you're from, where you grew up, when did you, find...
When did you start smoking is what I
Well,
want to know.
Yeah.
start cooking? When did you start?
Well, actually, I started cooking since I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old.
So from a
Yeah.
child, you had like a love for food and cooking.
That's correct. And
And you grew up in Panama?
yeah,
in Panama?
yeah. I grew up in Panama, and ever since, I always had this love for food.
Yeah.
And even when I was in high school, I remember we used to do this kind of projects where when the home economics class existed. There's no more. They don't.
I remember.
They don't teach more
Yeah.
home economics. And I remember that one time the teacher told us, well, now on this this on this class, you're gonna be doing some cooking.
Yeah.
And since all my fellow friends from class know that I love to cook, everybody wanted to be in my group because they know that we get a day or
Right,
five, you
right.
know. And yeah, and everybody. I remember also when
He's in high school. He's got a line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Out of the home economics
Yeah.
class, like the principal, "What's going on there?" "Oh, Chumba Williams is cooking again."
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought we were learning ironing today.
So yeah, I always like to cook. Even when I was like maybe 6 years old, 7 years old,
Yeah.
I used to go to cooking classes. And I
Really?
was the only
Wow.
kid there.
Wow.
Yeah, surrounded by big guys and everything. And yeah, I used to go to those classes. I used to watch TV. Remember, in those times, there was no Food Network. There was no
Right,
cooking channel.
right.
And
It wasn't even cool back then to be a chef.
No,
like it is
no.
today. Yeah.
I'm gonna well now
Well,
that
you're-
you say that, you know that when I was accepted in the culinary and
Yeah.
CIA, I had to go to this IFARU to get a loan,
Yes.
and they asked me, okay, what are you gonna study? I said, I'm gonna study culinary arts.
Right.
And they asked me like, do you study that? I mean, do you study?
Is that really?
Yeah, like it is-
is that really
Right,
something to do?
right.
Yeah. And yeah, but that time, maybe in Panama, there were only like 5 or 6 restaurants, and that's it.
Wow.
Everything else was fast food.
So when
Yeah.
you went to the Culinary Institute, was that like a total like change? I
Yeah.
mean, because they teach you the right way to do
Yeah.
everything, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was like a student from like 3,
Right.
3.5, and maybe a 4, maybe sometimes a 5. But when I reached the CIA, I used to get mad when I got a B or a B plus.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you just get total mindset, total
Sure.
change of mindset. Because I mean, you're paying a huge lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paying a lot of money. It's an investment. Your parents are doing it for you, and you're there because you like,
Well, that's it. You have the passion for
You
it.
have a
That's-
passion
you,
for
you
it.
remember
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that you have
Yeah.
a passion for.
and you know that you need to study hard. You need to work hard. I mean, if you want to be an excellent student, I
Right.
mean, you're learning. For me, you're learning in the Harvard of the kitchen.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
They teach you they teach you the rules so that
Yeah.
later on when you're on your own, you can know how to properly break the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which what
Break
you've
them
been doing
properly,
for quite
yeah.
some time, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Maybe Chris, you should try to learn some of the rules first,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm hoping this
Yeah.
weekend.
and try not to
Alonzo
break them
rubs
so
off on me.
much
Yeah.
until later on when.
Yeah. But I mean, you know a lot of discipline,
Yeah.
being a professional, and the way you speak. You change your regular language.
Yeah.
Now you have a culinary language.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that makes you more stronger. I mean, you create a good personality out of that, and I think that going to the CIA has make me a lot.
Sure.
As a
Sure.
person.
It gives you great
Yeah.
confidence
Yeah,
in,
correct.
in your work. Let me ask you this. I saw one of these videos on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a chef saying 5 things that every homeowner should do in their kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And one of them was, you know how in a commercial kitchen you have like the gas stove and you have like it looks like a jet engine there, you know, with the flame coming out like, you know, like that. Now, nobody has that in their home, you know, and it must have like incredible heat, you know,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that,
A lot of
in that
BTUs,
stove.
yeah.
I don't even
It's
have
like-
that in my restaurants.
You don't have that?
No.
But I would think that I mean, maybe that's what you need, but wouldn't you burn the food with having so much heat? I mean, really, he had a flame coming out of there like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
you know?
but I mean, if you don't have control, you're
Right.
you're gonna burn it. But the thing is that maybe this guy's showing this kind of stove on a program or a TV, but the problem there is that he's not how do you call it? He's not showing the person who is viewing the real thing.
Right.
I mean, who's gonna have that kind of stove in their house?
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
will have that.
Then
Yeah.
you need to be practical.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to show them how to make it.
I
without
see
no-
in Chinese restaurants when they cook with a wok, they
Yeah,
have
they
that
have it.
kind of flame,
Yeah.
but
It's
they're
fast
always
cooking.
moving the food.
Yeah,
the
that's
food is
right.
moving, and it cooks really fast.
Yeah.
You know, but
Cooking at the end of the day is all about one thing. It's controlling the heat, controlling
Yeah.
the temperature. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you put broccoli you want to saute broccoli and you put it in a cold pan, you're gonna it's not saute. It's, you know,
Right.
like it's all about controlling the heat.
Yeah, and techniques.
technique.
Following the proper techniques will make you good food.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a good cook can make anything, even on a cheap stove.
Yeah, but
As
you
long
need to
as
study. But for that, you need to study hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You need to read some
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
a lot of books, and keep in touch with everything that's changing from time to time.
What
So-
amazes me about when I read about chefs is, you know, how they go out in the morning, the early morning, to the farmers market and
Yeah.
whatever, and they're picking, which I guess you guys do as chefs. You pick the right.
There's a little story. Yeah. I mean, it's hyped a little bit. Not always. It's a
but
real treat to be able
so
to do
many
that, but-
things
Yeah.
to pick out your spices and your all these
That's
all these
happiness.
different things that you
Yeah.
put together
Yeah.
to make whatever special you're going to make that night.
Yeah, that's like the perfect time of the day before you go to the organized
Yeah,
chaos of the
yeah.
kitchen.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's this time as you have to yourself.
Yeah.
Like that organized chaos.
And,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you must have a lot of stamina too, because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing that in the morning and you're cooking all day long and you're on your feet and you're overseeing all these dishes, it must take a lot out of you. And
Like
I
I
know
said-
I've seen in a lot of movies, it's like chaos
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
kitchen,
yeah.
screaming and yelling. And out in the front of the house, it's all quiet and classical music, and the presentation is
Yeah.
important. But in the back of the house, it could be like crazy.
You know that for 15 years, I opened a culinary school also in Panama.
Oh.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had it for 15 years, but I took the decision to just step aside
Yeah.
and just be part of the restaurant only. But that's one of the main things I teach my students. I mean, I don't want you to think that cooking or being in the kitchen is what they show you on the TVs, which is easy,
Right.
easy. But when you get into a real kitchen, and you can stand up the heat, you can stand up the pressure, the stress, the gritos, how do you call gritos, the scream of the chef,
Screaming, yeah.
burning yourself, your
Cutting yourself.
back, cutting yourself, your back aching, your foot.
How about mandolin
Yeah.
cuts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the,
Or with
He
electric
said
slicer.
He said that because I literally almost sliced with a mandolin.
Yeah.
I had just gotten it, and on my second cut, I didn't put that guard thing down, and I.
That's a sweet cut.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
horrible. Ooh.
Yeah,
Carpaccio of Michael.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what I tell them is that you're gonna feel very tired at the end of the day, but the next day, if you still want to come and work the same shift
Yeah.
with all those things on your mind, then that's the kitchen is right for you.
It
Yeah,
takes
the
it,
space.
it honestly takes a person who's a little bit crazy to want to do this. I mean, if you really think about it, nights, weekends, holidays,
Yeah.
many hours on your feet, high pressure. I mean, it takes a special person, like a crazy person. I would say
Yeah.
that, like I'm crazy because I love it.
Well, one thing I have to compliment Chris here, because I've seen him in action, in restaurants over a few years, and he's very very generous, with people that I'm gonna say it, gringos, we complain sometimes, and he has a very gentle touch with people, with the customers. I've seen it in action.
Thank you.
So yeah, no, you're great. Plus, he's very generous with his time and
Oh,
his
my.
restaurants,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean-
charities and things like that.
When you're having you love what you do.
Yeah,
I mean, and all the things that you have received through your walking life through the kitchen,
sure.
comes that time when you have gratitude and you give it out to the.
And I
to
think
the
there's a
people
lot
that
of
follow
love
you.
with food,
Yeah,
right? You
it's
have to
just
love,
That's
the cooking
That's it.
process, and you're passing it on. It's kind of, when food is great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing. When it's not so good, It's terrible. But
But you also have to be a bit of an artist.
yeah,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
artist.
yeah.
Presentation is so
yeah.
important, and how
Yeah.
things are arranged in special restaurants. How the chefs put the little things
Yeah.
together that make it just pop.
Yeah, remember
And
the kitchen?
different colors and all sorts of
Yeah.
things. It's really remarkable.
You read
Remember
their
the
eyes.
kitchen and the front of the house? That's your stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need to dance. And you
Ah,
need to sing.
wow,
And that's
yeah.
it.
I love that.
Yeah.
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 I teach my staff that these tickets, the printer, the waiter sends it, the tickets come in. I'm like, each ticket has people attached to this with feelings. And
Right.
You never know. Like maybe this one's, just had a death in the family, or this one's
Yeah.
celebrating an anniversary, or but think about it like that, and it really gets them out of there. Like, I got to get the food out, and et cetera. So there is a.
Yeah. Jumbo, you mentioned a few times a restaurant.
Yeah.
So what is this restaurant in Panama?
Well, just to be a little bit, go back,
Yeah.
maybe some people want to know how Chumbo Williams, the name came up.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's have it.
I started doing a hot sauce.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pickled pepper hot sauce.
Right.
And the name came out like chombo because the pepper we use there is called ajichombo,
Okay.
right? So all right, so why don't we put chombo, and my last name is Williams, Chombo Williams. Hey, mix it up.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Ah.
But then I started making the barbecue sauces, the rubs, and suddenly everybody just started calling me Chombo. Hey,
Yeah.
Chombo. Hey, Chombo Williams. Chombo Williams. And I used to do a lot of catering also. I still do a lot of caterings and a lot of pop-ups like the
Yeah.
ones we're doing today and tomorrow. And, I mean, Chombo Williams was the trademark
Yeah.
right there. And so, yeah, Chombo Williams stayed. Nobody calls me anymore like Alonso or Chef Alonso. No, they call me, hey, Chombo.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the people
This
in
is
Panama.
kind of awkward because people have been calling me Chumbo Schwartz for
Yeah.
a long time, and now it's got to stop. It's got to stop. People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes they call it chumbo because of the color of my skin also. But, and also because I have that tendency to make also Caribbean food and
Yeah.
also smoke.
So
But-
the Williams is
It's my
that's
last name.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's from the Caribbean.
yeah, also, yeah. And,
So
but
you use
then-
that to open up a restaurant?
Well, when I used to do the catering gigs and the pop-ups, the people liked so much the food that they told me like, "Hey, do you have a restaurant that we can go?
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be doing this every day."
Right.
So I told them like, "Yes. By the time I have all my screws loose on my head, then I'm gonna make a restaurant." So that happened the sooner.
Yeah.
That happened real quick.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
caught one of the screws.
Yeah.
Right here.
And leave it there. I don't want it
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, so I decided the opportunity came. I found a nice place where I can smoke. I mean, in Panama, in
Yeah.
the city, it's hard to find a place that you could put your smokers to work.
Yeah.
Mm.
A lot of tall buildings, and the smoke comes, and
Right.
people get crazy over the smoke. I had a friend that bought
Are the smokers inside? Or
yeah,
outside?
but with a equipment
Vent.
chimneys
Yeah,
and
hood,
the hoods
yeah.
and everything, And I decided to open the restaurant. The opportunity came, and I could say it was the first restaurant in Panama that we were doing live smoking.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most of the restaurants they would do like maybe they put some wood on the oven and roast a chicken
Oh,
or
yeah,
make a steak
yeah.
or grilled with wood, but we started doing live barbecue. I mean, low and slow barbecue, and people love that.
So the restaurant is called Chumbo Williams.
Chumbo Williams,
And
that's it.
and where is it in Panama? Just
In Urbanización Los Ángeles, right near the Tumamuerto, where Dorado is, and it's between the Consúltanos, which is an agency with the Volkswagen,
Okay.
and Super 99. You go straight ahead through that street, and you'll find Chumbo Williams.
Okay.
So if we Google Chumbo Williams
Yeah.
restaurant,
Yeah,
it'll,
you're gonna-
maps will take
Yeah,
us there.
on Google Maps, it's
Yeah.
right there.
Is there parking anywhere near there?
Yeah, there's parking there.
Okay.
Yeah, a few, but
How
there's
many
parking.
seats do you have in your restaurant?
We'll fit maybe like 50.
50.
50,
Okay,
yeah.
it's good size.
Yeah.
That's about what you have
Inside
in
and
your
out.
new
Yeah.
restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And
About
and
50.
it's all barbecue.
All barbecue.
All barbecue.
Yeah, even on Fridays I do my special, which is maybe I'll do a fried fish with seafood
Yeah.
or an escabeche, something like that.
Yeah.
And I got famous also for my soups. I do soups on Thursdays and on Sundays.
Wow.
Thursdays and Sundays.
Wood-fired soups.
And what are they? What's in them?
Well, I make maybe like lentil soup with smoked pork inside,
Oh.
or
Sancocho? Do sancocho?
I don't do sancocho because
Really?
everybody does sancocho.
Uh-huh.
Make sancocho. So my mind is make something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or try to rescue what has been forgotten. For
Forgotten.
so long.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
maybe like
Yeah.
if I smoke some ham hocks, and I have some ham hocks left, or smoked ham, the Christmas ham.
Yeah.
I'll make a ham bone soup with
Beans?
kidney beans
Oh,
and whatever it is.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
That would be another good name for you, Hambone Williams.
who knows? But yeah,
Open up another restaurant.
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Hambone Williams.
ham bone. But yeah, I've been 4 years now with the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
We
there
do
every
pretty
day
good,
cooking? You're the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
that's smoking all this
well,
stuff. And
well,
cooking
not
all that.
smoking, but I have my staff. there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
low and
knows
slow.
my
Slow
tricks.
and slow.
Low and
Yeah.
slow.
And we work everything there from scratch. I don't buy no already prepared seasoning. We make
Right.
all our rubs. You're gonna.
Oh,
try it.
you're gonna sell your rub too
Yeah,
at
yeah.
at the.
I have my rubs,
Tap
barbecue
out.
sauce. I make my own chimichurri also, and the hot sauce. And yeah, we make everything from scratch. Even from the pink
Incredible.
lemonade to the
Ice
Whatever
cream?
you call
do
it.
ice cream?
no, we don't do ice cream.
Ah.
I don't have that space for an ice cream
Ah.
machine. Yeah, but
By the way,
everything's
I
possible.
just have to interject. We were talking to a friend yesterday who said the French onion soup at Christopher's
Yeah.
was maybe the best he's
Yeah.
ever had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
what he said. And
Yeah,
he
you
eats,
had that.
Yeah.
And he eats at a lot of fine restaurants. I know he
Yeah.
does. So
Wow. Thank
congratulations.
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I've
And
heard
even
very
better-
good things about
Yeah.
Christopher's, too.
Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Even better when you serve it in that crock pot
Yeah.
with traditional serve in that crock pot,
Right.
and you bring it with that that cheese on top,
The
that
crunch,
gratin.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The fired
Caramel,
cheese.
yeah.
Oh my
Thumbs
god.
up for that.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
also going on this weekend is Sabor de Boquete, a taste of Boquete,
Taste of
and
Boquete.
Taste of Boquete,
Yeah.
and Big Daddy's is going to participate. Am I
That's right.
correct?
That's right. We there's probably 50 restaurants that are going to be there.
50. Wow.
That's my guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But live music, drink, fun, food, all the
Yeah.
good stuff. So
and it's at the Feria.
at the ferry, my advice is park at Tap Out, get some turkey legs or
Yeah.
brisket from Mr. Chombo, and then walk on over and then get some food from the
Yeah.
wonderful restaurants participating.
We were there last year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of
Oh,
fun.
it was so much fun.
I have the Inclusion Boquete kids who are going to
Oh.
be kind of like busboys.
Oh, terrific.
Oh, nice.
that'll
In
be
the
cool.
covered area? Is
Uh-huh.
that where you're going to be?
Yeah.
Now
Is that
for-
where all the food is, or is it
Yes.
spread out even more?
So it's going to be gate number 4 is where you get in.
Right.
I think the recycling center's there.
Oh, yeah.
So if you
Right.
are,
I think they moved it.
Did
but,
they?
I think so. But-
okay
That starts tomorrow, right?
tomorrow. yeah,
and
at-
Sunday,
at
or until
11. Tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
tomorrow and
okay.
Sunday in the afternoon.
kind of
I think it might start at 1 tomorrow, but you got to check.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And for people that don't know, it's like a big food court with at least 30 different vendors
Yeah.
selling all different kinds of things from main courses, desserts, coffee,
Awesome.
Rum?
ice cream, all kinds of things that are very, very tasty. And you can just go and try something from here, go over there, try something from there.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
can go with a bunch of people, try different things. That's why it's called a taste of Boquete. You can just sample the things that and I can guarantee that you're going to find something that you love.
Yeah.
in the taste of Boquete.
and you have to say admission is $1.
$1.
$1.
That's
$1.
right.
$1.
It's put on by the
And
Chamber
kids-
of Commerce.
Yeah, and that
kids are
goes
free.
to the Chamber of Commerce, and that's great because
Yeah.
they want to put this on every year, and it's fantastic for people to discover restaurants and food vendors, and we're so lucky to have Chambo here in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same weekend. It's like
Yeah.
a food overload.
Yeah.
We're
But
going
this
crazy
is the
with
first
the
time,
food.
right? They do it the first
Third.
time,
No, no,
third
no.
time.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was so great last year is
Yeah.
that it wasn't all expats. It wasn't even. It
Yeah.
wasn't. We were in the minority.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah.
locals. It was Panamanians, and
Yeah.
it was just great. Everybody was there having fun.
Nice.
Great music going on. You could dance. You could sit
Yeah.
and listen. You could relax. It was really great.
Yeah, and you get to sit with, they have these big picnic benches,
Right.
so you can sit with other people. Usually what happens is like you get something and you're looking like, oh, what is that over there? And you start talking to other people like, where'd you get that? Because that looks delicious.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful, experience.
True that.
Food experience.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be there next year.
Yeah.
Oh, make
yeah.
it happen.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So what does Big Daddy's have cooked up or planned for?
Well, I'm taking some of the stars of the menu. That's
Yeah.
the boom boom, the whole fried fish, the ribs.
The whole fried fish?
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing on the menu.
Is
It's
it? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
That's
it's
what he
not,
always gets.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's not always there. But
Yeah,
when it is,
So what I've done with my menu, and I basically priced it
yeah,
at the fair, so it's a little bit above my cost. So
Uh-huh.
everything's like very
oh wow,
very
Oh, nice.
economical.
Affordable.
You can
Nice.
try
Wow.
a lot of things. So yeah.
Great.
So we'll have. I even got jalapeno poppers,
Yeah.
which are always fun.
Wow.
$3. Mozzarella sticks for $3.
Ooh.
So some good stuff. Margaritas, of course.
margaritas. Wow,
Tap Out will be selling. We'll be selling some merchandise, shirts and cups, and be cool. So when I talked to Alonzo to come do the thing, this event, Taste of
who's
Boquete-
Alonzo? I'm kidding. It's Jumbo,
Jumbo.
Alonzo.
The Taste of Boquete hadn't been scheduled yet, and then when I realized it was the same weekend, my first instinct was to move it, but I thought, actually, that'll be good synergy
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
both.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
feed off each other, and
Yeah.
it worked out.
No
really.
pun intended.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Feed off.
Feed off each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if people don't know where to go, they should just follow the smoke in the air. That's right. Go to the bridge, look for the smoke in the air, smell. Put your nose outside the door, or oh yeah, that's where the barbecue
Well,
is.
you know what? This morning, when we had the smokers going on,
Yeah.
the people that were walking through the bridge, they used to stop there
I'll bet.
and
Yeah.
watch down, like, oh, they're smoking over there.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
still just smelling the smoke. So that's a good sign.
Yeah,
That's a good sign.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
So when you're selling something like the brisket, you have like different, like people can buy it by the pound or
I sell it by the half pound.
by the half pound.
Yeah.
Pound.
Okay, but they can also get like a plate of brisket and
Yeah.
other sides.
Yeah,
whatever.
if they order the brisket, they have the choice of a side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also now that I remember, we're gonna be doing a loaded potato
Whoa.
with smoked brisket inside.
No.
Yeah, so that's gonna be
Didn't
a
have
game
to tell
changer
me.
there.
Didn't
Yeah.
have to
Burn-ins?
tell me that.
Burn-ins this weekend?
I don't think we're gonna do burn ends, but
Wait. What's a burn-in?
Burnt ends. It's
Oh,
very,
ends,
Yeah.
burnt
that's,
ends.
That's all I
Okay.
want.
It's very Kansas
I just
City.
want the burnt
Yeah,
ends.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
Just give them to me.
chewy.
Save them for me. Yeah.
I mean the name says it, like burnt ends.
Yeah.
It's like the
Well,
the
he
end
doesn't
tips.
speak English as well as you do, so
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I didn't
all
understand
good.
what he was saying.
I talk good.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the burnt pieces.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like the
No, I
end
know what it
pieces of
is.
the
I
brisket.
thought he said
Yeah.
burnt ends.
Crispy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. That's my fave.
Yeah, but I was forgetting that the loaded potatoes with the brisket. I know people will
loaded
love that.
potato.
Yeah.
Do
And
you,
comes-
do you have a potato salad? Is that something you
No, we're
have?
not making potato
You're
salad.
not making
this week.
potato
Yeah.
salad. Okay.
The sides we leave it a little bit more simple. I mean, the
Yeah.
coleslaw, the fries, and
Yeah.
the cub, and what else we have in there? I think and mac and cheese. And the
Mac and cheese.
But
yeah.
I know that those brisket loaded taters,
Yeah.
they're gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
With cheddar cheese inside,
Oh.
some sour
no.
cream on top.
Yeah. Those are great. Sound
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
People should be salivating right now.
I
I
am.
am. I am.
Yeah.
Burnt ends. I'm all over it.
You know what? Speaking of potato, you know what I did the other day? I was screwing around in the kitchen and I do twice baked potatoes at Christopher's. So I took one of those and then I tempura battered it and fried it.
Oh,
Wow, talk about
Yeah.
delish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, so
Yeah.
many things that you can do with potato, right?
Yeah.
You just need to have creativity, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
I know it's not healthy, but Chambo, you were in the States, so you probably saw that Americans
yes.
deep fry
Oh, yes.
anything and everything.
Butter.
Yeah, butter,
Yeah.
Oreos, all those things, in
Pizza.
state
Tell me about
fairs.
it. I know.
Oh, the
And,
fairs. God.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, you can make anything taste good by deep frying it. It's not healthy. I'm not saying it's healthy, but
Unless you're on keto, then it's kind of healthy, right? Isn't that all about eating fat?
I don't
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about deep fried though, but yeah, we seem to love the deep fried stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's unhealthy if you eat it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's if you
Yeah, but if you're
you
just
eat dry
having like
food-
one stick of deep fried butter a
A
week,
day.
yeah,
yeah,
Moderation. Not
or a
eating-
glass of fryer oil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cold
Oh.
fryer oil, creamy.
yeah,
Yum.
you might have to get more blood tests
Yeah.
in your future.
Really?
I got a question about your schooling.
Yeah.
Was it the beginning of it designed kind of like boot camp where they're weeding people out? Was that how
No,
it was set up?
like, what do you mean?
In the CIA,
Uh-huh.
like the first semester is very intense, so that people who are like my culinary school was like boot camp the
Uh-huh.
first semester, and they wanted to get rid of people who were just like, oh, it'd be nice to be a chef. Like,
Well, they do that, and I also have a story about that from school here. What CIA does is that they call you and they give you an interview through the phone. Well, in my case, through the phone,
Yeah.
and they make you write an essay. Why do you want to come to the CIA?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that after they read that, you pass through the interviews like a filter.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I understand that. I mean, it's an expensive school, and they want to know if really you want to go to school because of
Yeah.
investment.
Yeah,
It's
well,
an
like you
investment.
said, it's the Harvard of chef school.
And even though thinking about that makes me also trying to aim the high grades on the CIA, because on those times your parents are making a lot of effort for you to be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot be there spending time doing another things.
Right.
I had those times where my fellow classmates, they told me, hey, we're going to the bar and we're going to party. I say, no, dude, I'm going to stay and study.
How many years is the program?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
After that, imagine when I was on my fifth semester, where you go through all the school restaurants, you get the opportunity if you aim high grades. You get the opportunity if you want to apply for it, for like how you call it? It's like being a fellow at school. So now
An intern.
An intern. So now you're not a student. You form part of the
faculty
The
or-
faculty.
yeah.
And I decided to take a chance, and I applied for it. And they told me, hey, you can do it because your grades were high on the fifth semester.
Right.
I said, well, let's do it. So I had to after I graduated, I waited like a year, and they called me. I mean, they told me, hey, you got accepted to
And
your
at
fellowship.
at the CIA, you
Yeah.
learn like French cooking, or
Everything.
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 You learn desserts,
Yeah.
baking, all these things. Even though you may not use all of it in the future.
I mean, after you finish school, you start learning on the real part,
Yeah.
the real world.
Yeah.
It's
So
different. It's,
It's
different.
different.
Cooking in the school,
mean,
in the
yeah.
kitchen, school kitchen
yeah,
versus the real world.
Totally different. I mean, you
Yeah.
get out with the knowledge of the techniques and how to work in a kitchen, and that's it.
So when you were in the States, Chambo, was there any one barbecue place that you went to that was like, wow, this is like amazing?
I remember the first time I ate barbecue. It's gonna sound fun, but was at SeaWorld. In
SeaWorld?
Yeah, in Disney.
It wasn't
in
a
Orlando.
dolphin or something
No,
you
no,
were
no.
eating, right?
There was this barbecue place. I mean, the way the barbecue restaurant was set up,
Yeah.
I say like, hey, this looks nice. They had brisket, they have ribs, and the food was delicious.
Wow.
Is that what you decided to lean towards barbecue at that moment?
Not yet,
Or,
not
okay.
in that moment, but I said, hey, oh, barbecue sounds cool.
Yeah.
But then I started watching this barbecue videos, watching Tuffy Stone, Mario Mixon, all this guy. There was a show on YouTube called Barbecue Pit Masters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to watch them all day long. And I said to me, "Oh, this sounds cool." I mean, I like to do grilling, and but I never went into deep barbecue.
Yeah.
And I took a master class with Weber, and I got a certificate being an Weber ambassador
Oh,
in
wow.
Panama.
Wow.
So from that point, I started studying barbecue, reading a lot of the techniques.
Sure.
I mean the science.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the kiss of death for barbecue is dryness,
Yeah.
right? If it's
Yeah.
dry, it has to be like juicy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean the most important thing is fire management. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you
mean,
said.
your food can taste good. You can apply good seasoning, good rubs, but if your fire dies, you die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do that.
And
Wow.
after fire management, I mean, you need to take good considerations about the climate. If it's hot.
What
if
kind
it's
of wood you
humid.
use and things like that? Is it, or
I
charcoal?
use-
What do you do?
Yeah, we start. Oh, in my case, in the restaurant, we start with charcoal as our
Yeah.
first combustion, and then we add some wood. We use Nance, which is a kind of fruit. It's
Oh,
yellow.
yeah.
They
There's a
sell it in
drink,
the-
isn't
yeah.
there? A drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sell it. The fruit they sell it in the market, but like in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean we can use any kind of fruit trees, fruit wood. But you need to let it season. What
Yeah,
I mean
sure.
with season is that you need to let it dry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crit-
that
Yeah.
reminds me. I'm a little upset with you. I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, you know, Nance was ready, available everywhere here in Boquete,
Uh-huh.
and then you started promoting it,
Gone.
and then everybody wants it, and so now I can't get it.
But actually, you can do it with any kind of fruit.
Yeah.
But that all depends on what you're going to cook in it.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to smoke a fish, you can do it with dry orange wood or lemon wood. I
So
mean,
you don't use like briquettes or anything, the charcoal or
for special occasions
Yeah.
only.
yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm doing it commercially, I need to do it with the lump charcoal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the big ones.
Big ones, yeah.
But there's a friend of mine in Panama that sells coconut shell charcoal.
Oh,
Yeah, made out
that's
of
awesome.
coconut. Yeah,
Really?
and I started to use it, and I told him, well, this kind of product commercially is going to be turning more expensive to me. But then, doing a lot of thinking, I said, well, if I'm going to smoke, I can smoke with it, and it holds a lot of temperature, works well. But the only thing that will make it work well, I mean, if you're doing a smoker, that all depends what you're going to smoke for the amount of time you're going to smoke. That will depend the amount of charcoal you're going to use, and you need to use some rings to keep your charcoal tight, like in
Right.
group. Because if you have it all spread it around, you lose more
Or the heat.
more temperature. Yeah.
You have to be kind of a scientist
That's
to,
right.
to
That's,
do
that's what I'm telling you.
to do this
Barbecue
right.
is a science.
Yeah.
You need to think about it. It's not just throwing a piece of meat in the fire and let it burn or
Uh-huh.
let
No
it
wonder
smoke.
it never works for me.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, like this morning, while we were trimming the briskets and seasoning them, JB, my partner, we started doing a live on Instagram.
Yeah.
But that live ended like in a small barbecue masterclass, where I was teaching them. I mean, if you're gonna put a brisket on the smoker, let that wood burn maybe for 20 minutes, because when you let it burn, you're gonna start burning all those flammable gases the wood contains, those chemicals,
Get rid of
carbon
those.
dioxide,
Get rid of all
and
that.
other kind of gases that I don't know how to mention.
Mhm.
But as soon as they get all burnt up, what comes is water, because the wood is in the center of the wood. The core has water, so actually, what you smoke with is with vapor in the form of smoke.
And you want white smoke, not the dark
That's
smoke,
right.
right?
The
yeah.
blue smoke,
White
yeah.
Yeah.
The clean smoke.
Yeah.
Because if you put your meat right away, then your meat is gonna grab, or whatever you're gonna be smoking, grabs all those chemicals.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's when you try that barbecue
bitter.
that's bitter.
Yeah.
So let me ask you for
This is not chumbos.
a home cook, a home barbecue, and you maybe gas even.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
gas. And what happens to me? I don't like cooking on the barbecue because like when you put like a chicken down on there, and you have like the grease fall, and then you have like these flare ups, and then it seems like the barbecue it gets really hot, and then it makes the skin like black.
I know, yeah.
And then you're not cooking low and slow. I always have a problem with that.
Well, the problem there may be the way you're cooking it, because if you're going to do it low and slow, then
Yeah.
you need to do it with indirect heat. I mean, if you're cooking if this is the grill
Yeah.
and you have your charcoal here, you cannot put your chicken right over the charcoal. You need to put it aside. You know, the heating element is here. Your chicken is here,
Yeah.
and it's going to cook properly, but it's going to take a little bit more time.
Just
Right.
Right? That's why if you're going to do barbecue, you need to have patience also.
What
Yeah.
about when you smoke the chicken? When you start low, you get that pinkness. You ever have issues with that in your restaurant? People like, oh, it's raw.
Yeah. That's what we call the smoke ring. It's caused by the gases also that the wood gives to the product. Well, the good gases, you know.
Yeah.
And that's part of the smoke. Yeah, I have those issues, but that's the part when you open a barbecue restaurant where you have a culture that's not used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the part that you need to teach them.
Oh.
How long?
How it's done.
You've been doing this for 4 years. Your restaurant for 4 years.
Yeah, the restaurant.
Do you still run into that, or have you kind of like set the people straight as far as like this is not raw?
No,
it's-
well, I try not to show that. Well, in chicken,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit, but if nobody has asked me again about, hey, it's raw.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes and asks me, hey, the chicken is raw because it's pink, no, I try to teach them. No, that's a smoke ring that comes from the barbecue.
Yeah.
So
And-
in your restaurant, are the clientele, are they Panamanians mostly, or do you have gringos?
Yeah,
Or-
gringos also. Yeah,
you
yeah,
have both.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lady that comes with her family every weekend.
Every weekend.
Yeah,
Wow.
every
Nice.
weekend. Yeah, because they live with food, and they also tell me, hey, I have been to Texas, I have been to Memphis, and I try your food, and
Wow, that's a big endorsement.
yeah.
That really is.
Now,
Yeah.
Chris, let me ask you. You're from the Midwest, right?
Yep. Kansas City.
Kansas City, famous for barbecue.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
what's your famous, or favorite barbecue in the States?
Well, there's a
Yeah,
few.
what-
Jack Stack's really good.
Yeah.
There's a place
Where's that?
called- It's in Kansas City.
Kansas
there's
City.
a few of them actually.
Kansas City is very famous for
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah. There's a place called Arthur Bryant's. It's
Oh,
in the,
yeah.
Oh, I've
it's
heard
a
of that.
Dangerous little spot. But they sell out every day. Barbecue is like there's nothing like it. It's
Yeah.
not it's
Culture.
just- yeah,
It's culture.
just yeah.
My boys moved to Austin. And
Yeah.
I went to visit them for the first time. I was still living down here when they moved, and so I went to visit them. I'm a guy who doesn't eat meat, hardly ever. I eat a lot of chicken and fish, but I don't eat meat.
Right.
They took me to a barbecue restaurant. What's the name of it?
Blacks, yeah,
Blacks.
Blacks.
So first of all, the line was about a 45-minute wait to get in.
Yeah.
And you go in, and when you finally reach there's the guy, and he is like you. He's so passionate. He's got all this meat laid out that's been smoked, and it smells so good. And he says, what do you want? And you tell him, I want some of that. I want, how you want, what do you want? Half pound. He slices it off, puts it on a platter, gives it to the lady. And, when you go through the line and you get your other stuff, they weigh it. And whatever it weighs, I think it was like $30 a pound or something. It was
Wow.
ridiculously expensive. But my son, who knows that I don't eat meat, but this smelled so good, I put it in front of me. Next thing I know, I ate 1.25 pounds
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
of brisket. I couldn't stop. It
Wow.
was so good. And he gave me the ends, too, which is like, oh, my God. I
wow.
thought I was going to die and go to heaven. And but, you have to get there early because the line is just, everybody loves it. Everybody loves this barbecue. It's so good. And they got the coleslaw and the potato salad and all the other stuff. You didn't even need sauce. They had this sauce, but I didn't even want it. It was so delicious and so moist by itself.
Yeah.
Didn't need it. So I am so looking forward to being there tonight and checking out what you have.
Yeah, and
That brisket, you saved me some ends.
yeah, you got it. You got it.
You got kosher pork chops?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
but I think that you said that the cook was so passionate about
Oh,
slicing
yes.
the
Yeah.
brisket.
That's what made it so fun.
That's the result of being 12 hours controlling that fire,
Yeah.
smoking those piece of meats, and when you see all that people coming to your restaurant, I mean that's true
45-minute
happiness there.
wait, the
Yeah.
waiting in line. Everybody,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a normal thing every day. It's the same thing.
I have a story. In the early 80s, I moved to a place in Florida. I don't want to say where, but there was a kind of a famous barbecue place, and it had started out as a shack. I mean, it was really like a shack by this road, and this family ran it. And it got big, and then they built a bigger restaurant. It was, still super popular. I mean, you couldn't get into this place; it was so popular. So what the started popping up. I mean, this one family ran it, but let's say I forgot the name, but let's call it Johnny's or something. It was like Johnny's Barbecue, And then another restaurant would open up, and it would be like Johnny's cousin's barbecue. It was like some cousin, Johnny's nephew's barbecue. There were all these other restaurants that somehow had a connection to the original place. They said, but they weren't as good as the original. But barbecue, it's like in the blood.
Yeah.
It's like if it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
When I went back to Austin the next time, about 8 months later, first I said when I got off the plane, "Let's go! I don't care what time it is, let's go."
He goes there with his suitcase.
That's right.
Give me some of that brisket.
Yeah, but
Really?
flavor-wise, you need to be also on point.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're like flavor-wise, also in barbecue, you need to be on point.
yeah.
People, if you're bringing people to experience, you have that barbecue experience. I
Yeah.
mean, might as well. If you're gonna have mac and cheese, better be the.
It's like a big.
great-
You have a big responsibility
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I know myself. I like to cook, but I'm no chef, and I know sometimes like what you do is like you're making something on the stove. Let's say an omelet or something like that, and you go, oh, let me just go check something, and you forget about the time you come back and it's all burnt, and you're like, well, I got to eat it anyway. But when you have a responsibility for a lot of meat, a lot of people, I mean that's why you must oversee everything,
Yeah,
and
that's
with
correct.
love, you got the love there, and yeah,
Yeah.
The I have a question for you. The culture here is work 8 hours, go home. Obviously, in a restaurant, that's not possible a lot of the
That's
time.
right.
So, were you in that mindset before you went to school for it, and then coming back, like you had to adjust? How does that? You understand
Well, I knew it before going to school that you know at what time you go into the kitchen, but you don't know what time you leave.
yeah.
I mean, and I experienced it. I work also on the cruise line. In cruise ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in cruise ship, I used to work 16 to 18 hours a day.
Whoa.
So the
you were a chef on a
yeah
cruise line,
yeah, and
They have great food. I mean,
yeah.
They have amazing
oh,
food.
we used to
Unlimited
cook a
every
ton.
day.
Yeah, but then
Tiny kitchens, I bet, huh? Or small kitchens.
no, there were big kitchens.
Really?
Yeah, big kitchens.
Oh wow.
Like
Well, you gotta feed
150 staff.
3,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have to,
yeah.
feed a lot of people.
Yeah, 3,000, something like that.
Wow.
And
And when you run out, there's no grocery store.
you cannot run out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot run out.
Can you imagine the
Yeah.
stockpile that they put on
Yeah.
those things?
Oh, yeah.
Were you in
A
charge
lot
of
of
the
food.
ordering on that one, or
The what? In charge?
of the ordering?
No, I wasn't in
Like
charge of.
almost-
I was a sous chef though in
Okay.
the kitchen, but I wasn't in charge of the ordering. But the amount of food that you see going through that kitchen, even if you know the size of the leg of a cattle,
Yeah,
it's the size of this table.
yeah.
On lunch, we used to go through 5 of them
Wow.
from 11 to
Wow,
3 o'clock.
wow,
That's
wow.
it. 5 of them.
Wow.
So now
I
you
know.
imagine the amount of people.
I've only been on 2 cruises, short ones, and I just couldn't believe the amount of food,
Yeah.
the options that you have. I mean,
can eat,
breakfast is my favorite meal. I love eating, but I love breakfast. And you go down there and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
there's so much to choose from. You know?
You're finishing breakfast and you're already starting with lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it. That's
and,
your day.
and everything in between.
Yeah.
There's like things you can eat, in between. Also,
lot of
Mac
which
and
is
pizza
crazy.
till midnight, 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
and whatever else they got
You don't
out
stop
there.
eating that-
Chocolate
yeah.
fountains and oh my God, it's just a.
Yeah.
Well, Jumbo, we only have a few more minutes, and we do have some Spanish-speaking listeners. Maybe you want to say something in Spanish about your event coming
Spanish.
up.
Bueno,
Yeah.
bueno, primero que todo quiero aprovechar el momento para invitarlos esta noche o esta tarde a partir de las 4 de la tarde a Tap Out. Vamos a tener una belleza de barbecue para que vengan y prueben la comida del Chombo Williams junto a mi amigo JB y al chef Julio Lori también, que es un maestro haciendo caja china. Mañana vamos a tener un espectáculo de caja china. Un puerquito en caja china que de seguro sé que le va a gustar. Así que vengan, Tap Out, buen ambiente, buenas bebidas, good beverage.
That's right.
Vamos a tener un DJ hoy invitado, mañana vamos a tener un grupo de rock. El clima perfecto, el ambiente perfecto, las vibras perfectas, están todos invitados.
Thank you, Chumba.
Thank you.
Chumbo. So we have a couple of minutes. So just to reiterate, great barbecue event this weekend, starting today, right? Starting today.
4 o'clock, yeah.
4 o'clock, come down, get all your brisket and meat and whatever,
Taters.
Taters.
Stuff.
Taters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
That's gonna be a
incredible.
winner.
Sounds
Yeah.
incredible. A taste of Boquete, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
So
And BCP, we've got
BCP,
the,
we have
the Tin Woman.
The Tin Woman opens tonight.
Tonight,
It's
5
a
o'clock.
production.
Tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Come
and
down.
Sunday at 2 o'clock.
You could effectively go to Tap Out for lunch. Have some barbecue. Scoot over to the tent and see the Tin Woman.
At the Rock.
At
tent
the
at
Rock. At the Rock. Get up tomorrow.
Do it all over again.
Yeah. Go to Sabor de Boquete or back, get some. You're probably going to want to get some more barbecue.
Oh, I know I will.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, and repeat.
Get it while you can.
Eat, sleep, and repeat.
And repeat.
Yeah, low and slow.
I want to throw something out there on Sunday, the last show, the matinee, the 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
After
Yes.
that, we'll be doing a comfort food meal at Tap Out.
Tell us about
Comfort
that.
food.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
that?
so it's gonna be pot roast with all the fixins. So
All
and
right.
then proceeds go to the BCP for the theater program.
Proceeds go to the BCP. This has been the weekend kickoff with me, Mike Schwartz.
And Michael Halpern, thank
And
you so
we'll
much.
see you again next week on the weekend kickoff.
Goodbye out there in